Hello, welcome to Philosophy 9 Symbolic Logic. I'm Mia Wood. I'm a professor of philosophy at Pierce College, and I'm looking forward to working with you this fall 2020. So, as you know, we were originally scheduled to meet on campus on Tuesdays from 3:30 to 6:40 p.m. We are now meeting online, and we've got a plan that I hope is going to work for everybody. So I sent a message out earlier this summer in which I said that I would plan for us to meet every Tuesday, starting at 3:30. But if you couldn't make class, that's no problem because I would record. I plan to record the meetings and post them on our Canvas course site. So that's still the plan. So in other words, we'll sort things out when we meet together on day one. But the short story is that the idea is however many people can and want to meet weekly will. And then at that time, we, depending on the class size, we'll figure out the best way to work. So it may be the case that we divide up into a couple of different groups. One group meets and the other group's doing something else, and then we flip, right? So we'll figure that out at the time. But it still is the case that I'm planning to that I'm planning to record every class meeting, and I maintain a YouTube channel for symbolic logic and argumentation, or in general critical thinking. And so I just post the videos there, but I link them within our Canvas course. So what I'm doing in this video is not going to replace our day one meeting, but I wanted to at least send out another video that gives you an idea of how the course lays out, so that if you want to get started on the course sooner rather than later, you're welcome to do that. And then let's see what else. But basically that's it. So I'm going to go over some course basics. I'll do the same again when we meet on Tuesday. I think it's September 1st. In the meantime, though, if you have any questions, problems, confusions, let me know. I'm here to help. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the course. Okay, so here we are on our Canvas homepage. You will, by the time you see this video, you should have received the kind of a welcome announcement. But if you haven't done so, you can click on this link that I'm circling with my cursor, and you can read it. You are, sorry, I can get my words out. You have clicked on the Start Here link, and you will have seen the link for the video you're watching now here, but obviously you're not seeing it in this video because I'm making the video for which the link will have been created by the time you watch it. But what you can see right now is this link to Dr. Ian Schnee's Logic Course Adventure orientation video. More about that in a moment. And then here is a link to the Logic Course Adventure website, where you are going to see the link for accessing, or registering, I should say, and then accessing our textbook. So what is all this about? Well, let me go ahead and click on the link, which takes you to, which should open another tab or window in your browser. And that should take you to the textbook page of the Logic Course Adventure, which is the interactive textbook that we're using. I'll say more about that in just a moment, but when you scroll down, you'll see a link for Pierce College. And both my colleague, Kara Gillis, and I are using the Logic Course Adventure. You'll see that this is the link for our textbook. And then I've got one section of our course. So I'm devoted exclusively to you in Philosophy 9 this semester. And Dr. Gillis has two sections. So you're going to want to click on the link for our course, and you get to the registration process. So Here's what you need to know. It says that the textbook costs $8.99, but lucky for us, we have access to the course for free, or more specifically, I should say, to the textbook for free. So what you want to do is click on Purchase Textbook, and then you are going to enter the following code so that when you click on Enter Code, notice what happens. The total is 0. Now, if you want to buy the book, there is no obstacle to your doing that. If you so purchasing the textbook basically just contributes to the updates and so forth for the textbook, but you don't have to. What I want you to know though is that when you enter pay 0 and then you proceed to checkout, you're going to be asked for your information. The information that you provide is, if I'm not mistaken, only relevant if you're actually paying for the book. So if you don't want to give your personal information in terms of a street address and all that, just go ahead and enter the Pierce College address. And then Woodland Hills. Oops, no, I got it right. Ignore my cat, Brett Michaels, mewing in the background. What's the zip code? 91372. I can do this. What you do definitely want to do is enter your email address, right? So don't enter a dummy address or an address that's not yours. If I'm not mistaken, that email address can either be your student address for LACCD, or it can be a personal address. And then you click on I have read and agreed to the website terms and conditions, and then you place your order. Okay. So let me now say a little bit more about the textbook that we're going to be using. So Dr. Ian Schnee is a faculty member at the University of Washington. He built this interactive textbook a number of years ago to use at his institution. And one of the reasons why we use it at Pierce, more specifically, the two faculty who tend to conduct Phil 9 are using it. That's Dr. Gillis and me. The reason why we use it is because we're looking for an economical way to present a version of the deductive system that we're learning in this class to you. More specifically, we were concerned about the fact that some folks may have a lot of trouble using the programs on that are connected with the textbook we typically use, because a lot of class members maybe don't have a laptop or a tower, and maybe so it may be difficult, if impossible, to run the programs. I'll tell you more about that when we're together in class. But the short story is, so this summer when we learned that we were all going to be on meeting online for the fall semester, we decided for courses, whether they meet in person or were meant to meet in person and are now meeting online or are online only, that we wanted to make it easier for class members to do the work at a level that is commensurate with the textbook we used to use, but that doesn't require that you have a certain device in order to use it. So since the Logic Course Adventure is a web-based textbook and it's interactive, it's going to make your life a lot easier, we believe. Okay, so that's the short story on the textbook. I'll again go over this with you when we meet together in class. Okay, so this orientation to the textbook may be really useful to you if you find that my presentation isn't very helpful, even after we meet for class. But still, I mean, or you may just want to hear from the author's mouth himself. He's a really lovely guy and a terrific philosopher. So that's our textbook. Next is the link to our virtual classroom. So we're going to meet together on Tuesdays. I'll say more about this when we actually meet together. There is a bit more information about meeting together under that on that announcement that I posted. But this is our Zoom meeting information. So this is the link that you're going to click on every week when you join the class. There is more information in the general meeting invite, as you can see below. So, for example, you see the number of meetings that we have and the dates that we're meeting. I'm going to click back out to our homepage. Next, you have a number of resources. I'll let you noodle around here yourself. And then there are the additional materials that we have as support for you. Then we have our general discussion forum, which is this questions, problems, confusions. Let's help each other. This is a forum where you can talk to me and each other throughout the week as things come up that are puzzling you. And maybe you don't want to drop into office hours, or you can't, or you don't want to drop me an email. Just click here to talk. And then, if I'm not mistaken, we have Lindsay Lazo once again as our course tutor. If that's not the case, I will swap out Lindsay's name for our embedded tutor. Suffice it to say, we have amazing tutors at Pierce who are excellent across a number of philosophy courses. So more on our tutors as when we meet together. Then the way you'll see our course laid out, I hope, is pretty intuitive, right? Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so forth. And they're all laid out the same way. So let me just grab, for example, week 9, click on the link, and you'll see we've got our learning objectives. These are for our course laid out in the Logic Course Adventure, the given module that you're working on. So I haven't copied them here because it seems like a duplication that's not very helpful. And then we have our topics, chapters that we're reading, and then a whole bunch of videos. Now you'll notice that what I've done is copied links to the videos that Dr. Schnee has made for each and every module in the Logic Course Adventure. Now, there are videos that I make as well, but I haven't yet, because I'm using the Logic Course Adventure for the first time this semester. I haven't made videos for us. What I'll be doing, though, is recording our class meetings and then posting those so that you'll get relevant videos. And these videos will follow our discussions. If we use the PowerPoint videos that Dr. Schnee has provided when we're meeting together, then those will be folded in effectively to sort of de facto into the videos that I post. And then eventually I'll make standalone videos for us. But I figure that, again, hearing from the author of the textbook directly is not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing. And then you and I work together, basically, in addition to, or alternatively, as an alternative to Dr. Schnee's videos. So there's a lot of videos. And then last thing is the stuff to do, right? So there's stuff to read, stuff to watch, stuff to complete. The watching is always optional. It's not like I'm gonna know that you've watched a video or not. But the stuff to complete is in fact essential. And then when you see an LCA Q7, that means Logic Course Adventure Quiz 7. When you click on that, you'll see information about the quiz, what's involved in the quiz. You'll see the number of questions, how many points. Those get converted by way of the weighting that we have for our quizzes. And then you'll see the due date And then you'll see the deadline. So notice that the due date and the deadline are two different animals. The due date is here to keep us on track, right, with what we're working on for a given week. The deadline, or the available until, is our wiggle room, right? So we'll talk more about what that means when we meet. But just know that if you miss a due date, that doesn't mean that you're locked out of the quiz. Okay? All right, so what are we going to be doing? Well, let me click on the syllabus link. What you see here is the standard, sort of boilerplate syllabus verbiage. You'll see what we're working on in terms of our assessments. We've got quizzes, discussion forums, and exams. And one of the things that's important for you to note is that the quizzes you can take an unlimited number of times until the quiz closes. That is, until the available until date has come and gone. So it's a great way for you to keep practicing with the material. Once the quiz has actually closed, then the answers are posted. I don't think that I have feedback, like a discussion of each quiz exercise, because that's something that I figure we can talk about together in a class meeting. But that may change if I find that you actually are looking for more feedback than what you get in let's say an in-class discussion. And then discussions are opportunities for us to interact over specific topics that I hope will be useful to you in developing your understanding of important concepts and discussing significant skills. So yes, we discuss the material and we discuss skills in class, but the written work is, I think, also really useful to that end. And then the exams are not going to be accessible multiple times. In other words, unlike the quizzes where you have multiple attempts, in fact, unlimited attempts until the thing closes, the exams are a single attempt set of animals. But by the time we get to the exams, you should be so proficient with the content and the skills that's not going to, the single attempt won't be an issue. There's other boilerplate material or information that you can look at when you're ready, and then the schedule. And then it should be the case at the bottom of the Canvas page for the syllabus, you get a summary of all of our assessments. If an assessment isn't listed, and I think it's the case that I have not built yet, exam 4, then it'll show up once I've made it available. One other point to make about availability is you'll notice that everything is available straight away to you. And there's a reason for that. I want you to be able to work largely at your own pace. So if you're ahead of the game and you want to complete an assessment, go for it. But don't forget, if you're a little bit behind, not a big deal, because you've got wiggle room. Now, even though I don't need to go back to the homepage in order to show you the rest of our links, let me just do that so that you can see that we have links to our office hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as well as Tuesday, Thursday. If you can't make an office hour, don't worry about it. We can meet outside of office hours. And it should be the case when the course is live that you see the Pronto link where I'm circling with my cursor. As I mentioned before, I don't know a lot about Pronto, but I want to learn. If you know about it, teach me. But I'm pretty sure that that's our chat tool, right? So when we're, I think it's the case that I think I'll do it this way. When I'm in office hours, maybe I'll make sure that Pronto is up. Although I think Pronto is restricted to course by course. So I've got to learn more about Pronto, but just know that's another way for us to chat. And then, as you can see over here on the side, you've got the quick links to the to-do items. But I strongly encourage you to go into a week, go into a page under the module for a week to see what it is that we're doing, as well as to see what your video options are. Because again, you might find that there is a video that's very helpful to you that you wouldn't have seen if all you do is click on the to-do item. All right, so this gives you a general idea of how our course is going to work. I hope that this video is helpful. If you have any questions, problems, confusions, let me know. Remember, I'm here to help. Otherwise, I will see you on Tuesday, September 1st at 3:30 p.m. in our virtual classroom.